Hey there, real-time strategy fans. Welcome to BlizzPlanet.com's newest episode of the StarCraft Summary, okay? I'm your host, the Bearded Gamer, Chris Arnone. Let's get straight into that weekly news roundup.
You want a piece of me, boy?
So this week is all about the esports, it really is. So first off, Major League Gaming had its Spring Arena 2 over the last weekend, and of course we know you want to know what the results were. Okay, so it was 32 players in double elimination. Now the last three big championships like this for Major League Gaming have all ended with DRG versus Marine King. Well, this time Marine King wasn't even there because he was at a GSL in Korea. So it goes on forward. DRG won Spring Arena 1, but he lost this time in the fourth round, so fairly early in elimination for DRG compared to what he normally does. Now, fan favorite Stefano, which is a foreigner, in other words, a non-Korean, actually did pretty well. He was the choice in your comments, the one you guys wanted to win the most in last week's StarCraft Summary when we asked you who you wanted to win. Went undefeated Friday and Saturday, but did lose to Violet 2-0, and then lost to Symbol 2-0, finishing third overall, which, you know, it's still a pretty good place for a foreigner, non-Korean. So, in the finals, Violet defeated Symbol 3-1, taking home 10 grand. That was the grand prize for winning. Stefano and Grubby were the only foreigners to finish in the top 12. Of course, like I said, Stefano finishing third, Grubby finished 11th. Now, the top 12 finishers. Now, this is both of these counts are not including the 4 that came from Spring Arena 1. So top 12 are going to Spring Championship pool play. The bottom 16, like I said, still not including those 4, so you can get your math right. Earn starting spots in the winter round 4 of Spring Championship Open bracket. So all 32 of these great players are going to be moving forward, at least in some way, or have the opportunity to move forward in this year's championships. Okay, next up, there's a new tournament coming up, the Red Bull Battlegrounds, coming up in Austin, Texas. Now, Kansas City native Day 9 is going to be hosting this tournament in Austin called Red Bull Battlegrounds, sponsored by, of course, Red Bull, the energy drink makers. Now, it's going to be at the Moody Theater. There will be 16 pro players competing for a $41,000 prize pool with a $15,000 grand prize. So big money in this one. It's actually bigger than the MLG tournament we were just talking about, at least in grand prize. Some big names going to be there. Violet, Stefano, and Thorzane will all be present there in Austin, Texas this coming weekend. Now the casters, great lineup of casters, of course, Day 9, Husky, DJ Wheat, and Blizzard Esports manager Rob Simpson will all be there as casters for this event. So that should be really, really cool. Now, if you're in the Austin area or want to head to Austin, they are still selling tickets for spectators as cheap as $10. So I tell you what, if you want to go watch an esports event, it's actually a pretty exciting thing to watch. And $10, that's all it would cost you to go and watch that event this weekend in Austin, Texas. So go check that one out. But if you can't, they're also going to be streaming it through Day 9's website, so you can watch it there. All right, so back to Major League Gaming. Their Spring Championship, big Spring Championship, is right around the corner. It's going to be the weekend of June 8th through 10th in Anaheim, California, okay? Now, there's so much cool stuff going on there. We're going to have the Heart of the Swarm beta is going to be present there, like we told you guys before. Kespa players like Flash are going to be doing some exhibition matches. You know, they've just gotten to play StarCraft 2, so they're probably not quite up to speed to go pro-level tournament play, but I'm sure they'll be there quick. But we will get to see them playing some exhibition matches. The U.S. National Championship for the Blizzard World Tournament is going to take place there, in addition to, of course, MLG's own tournament that has a $76,000 prize pool. And oh yeah, we're going to be there. That's right. The Bearded Gamer and Eldorian will be... That's not funny. Anyway, we're going to be there, but we want your help to get there. As you can see, our show is awesome, but it costs some money. And so, we've got a little fundraiser going on BlizzPlanet.com that is send Eldorian and the Bearded Gamer to the MLG Spring Championship. Pretty, please. Just makes it easier for things on BlizzPlanet to run, because there's... You know, things cost money. This flight is just one of those things, the flight and hotel. So please, we will appreciate your donations to get us there. And of course, we'll be bringing you all kinds of awesome interviews, some coverage of the Heart of the Swarm beta, coverage of all these awesome tournaments going on. And of course, you send us some money, we will send you a big shout out on the show and on the website. Big props to anyone who helps us get there. Be good times. Okay, so finally, let's finish off with a question, as we often do. So, since we're going to be interviewing some Heart of the Swarm developers at the MLG Spring Championship, we want to know what questions you want us to ask. Now, obviously, don't ask us stupid stuff you know they can't answer. We're not going to pass those along. But if you've got some legitimate, awesome questions, we're going to try to get as many of those answered as possible. So as always, throw them down in the comments right here on YouTube. While you're there, check out Bearded Gamer Show. That's my show. All things video games, comic books, beards. It's awesome. And of course, head over to BlizzPlanet.com. All the news, reviews, great community, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. We'll see you next time.